Alhamdulillah. Indeed, we praise Allah. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh. We praise Him, we seek His help, and we seek His forgiveness. Wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. And we seek refuge in Allah from the evils of ourselves and the evil consequences of our deeds. مَن يَهْدِهِ اللَّهُ فَلَا مُضِلَّ لَهُ. Whomsoever Allah He guides, none can lead him astray. وَمَن يُضْلِلْ فَلَا هَادِيَ لَهُ. And whosoever He leaves astray because of the person's own wickedness, as we always say, whoever Allah He leaves him to be misguided, it is because of the person's corruption, not the injustice of Allah. Whoever Allah He leaves astray, none can guide him. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. And I bear witness that none deserves the right to be worshipped except Allah. وَحْدَهُ لَا شَرِيكَ لَهُ. The one who has no partnership, no association in His Lordship. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ سَيِّدَنَا وَمَوْلَانَا مُحَمَّدٍ صَلَوَاتُ اللَّهِ وَسَلَامُهُ عَلَيْهِ عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. And I bear witness that our Prophet, our Messenger, our role model, the best of all creations, is His servant and His messenger. Amma ba'd, ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. O you who believe, Allah He calls you with this precious name, the name of Iman. Ittaqullah, fear your Lord, haqqa tuqatih, as He is deserving of being feared, as He is deserving of you being conscious of Him. وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. And make sure that you do not die except that you die in the state of Islam. وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. And that you die, that you completely submitting yourself to your Lord Jalla Jalalu. Ya ayyuhan nas, O you mankind, ittaqu rabbakum, be conscious of your Lord, alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahida, the one who created you from a single soul. وَخَلَقَ مِنْهَا زَوْجَهَا. And from him our father, our mother Hawa. وَبَثَّ مِنْهُمَا رِجَالًا كَثِيرًا وَنِسَاءً. From them both, what we witness today, mankind in their millions, rather in their billions. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي تَسَاءَلُونَ بِهِ وَالْأَرْحَامَ. And fear your Lord, from whom you seek your mutual rights of kinship. إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلَيْكُمْ رَقِيبًا. Indeed, Allah is always aware, always watching you and your deeds. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. O you who believe, Allah He calls you again with this name of Iman. Ittaqullah, fear your Lord, be conscious of Allah. Fearing Allah means that you know every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week of the whole year and the whole months that pass, Allah is watching you. Allah is aware of your actions. Allah is hearing it, Allah is seeing it, and every deed is being recorded. Allahu Akbar. Allah He says, fear your Lord. And when you speak, speak that which is right. Qulu qawlan sadida. When you speak, make sure your speech it is upright. If you do so, when Allah ordains something and you follow it, if you do so, yuslih lakum a'malakum. Allah will rectify all of your affairs. وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. And then He will forgive our uncountable mistakes. And how many mistakes that we make? Our deeds are little and our mistakes are innumerable. Allah He says, وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. He will forgive all of your sins. وَمَن يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ فَقَدْ فَازَ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا. Indeed, whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger, he has attained the best achievement. Nothing above that. There is nothing higher and greater than that affair. May Allah grant us this achievement. Amma ba'd, today we thank Allah for giving us life. We thank Him for giving us the little knowledge that we have and a little love that we have for the deen, and to be able to call ourselves and our brothers in Islam. We thank Allah and we thank our elders as well, from the leaders and everyone else that follows, that they ask us to give some motivation to ourselves, because the speaker, he affects himself first, and to our brothers, and to show them the virtue of calling to Allah, the virtue of being a person of dawah, the virtue of making sure your Islam is not only known, but it's shown, and that there are deeds that follow it to attract other people to your religion. Wallahi, there is no Muslim that you will ask today, except that if you ask him what is the best religion, no doubt he will tell you Al-Islam. There is no Muslim today that you will find, no true believer that you will find, that you ask him who is the best role model, and that he will not tell you it is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is no Muslim today that you will find, that you ask him what is the solution to all of the problems of mankind. He will tell you it is the law of Allah, it is the Quran and the Sunnah of His Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and following the footsteps of those who came before us, our pious predecessors. For this reason, then why is it that we live among people that who know very little about Islam? Or if they know something about Islam, it is the negative things that they know about Islam. Then why then do we live among these people and then we do not show them the true Islam? For wallahi, whether you like it or not, you are representing Islam. It is not a matter of choice. If you live among the people who don't know Islam, they judge Islam according to your actions. And this is why you hear the speech that you hear, and this is why you see the things that you see. So they will judge Islam according to your character. They will judge Islam according to your speech, and they will judge Islam according to the things they see from you, Muslim. So then, O Muslim, then be careful of what you do, your actions, your speech, and everything that which follows. And we ask Allah to grant us success in this affair. And those who are aware of the things that they do and reflect upon these things, these are the people of intellect. These are the intelligent people. Calling to Allah is a noble affair. Allah, when He decided to choose from mankind, to send from them prophets and messengers, what did He do? He chose from the best of the people. When you own a business, or you own a company, or you have something that you want to employ someone, you don't go and find the worst person on the street. You put out an application and you look for the best person who will apply for this application. Allahu Akbar. The best job any person who believes in Allah and the last day that he can do is to call to Allah. Whether this is within the people of Islam or outside, and calling the non-Muslims to Islam. You will not find that Allah, He gave the prophets and the messengers the best of characters, because Allah used them to call the people towards Himself. As He, in many places in the Quran, commanded His Prophet, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, O you messenger, O you prophet of Allah, inform the people what has come to you from your Lord. Allah commanded him and all of the other messengers and prophets to call to Allah. What a great virtue. When Allah picks you and makes you a prophet or a messenger, what else do you want? You are guaranteed paradise. Allahu Akbar kabira. Even if nobody follows you. And this should be known to the people who call to Allah. Even if nobody takes what you are preaching, nobody accepts from you. You make a dawah for 100, 1,000 years. The Prophet, he said in the hadith, there will come on the day of judgment a prophet, only one or two people will be behind him. The sahabas were amazed. He told them there will come on the day of judgment a prophet. He was calling to Allah. There will be nobody behind him. Nobody accepted his calling. Allahu Akbar kabira. وَمَا عَلَى الرَّسُولِ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. That what is upon the messenger is what Allah commanded him to do, that is to give the message. So this is the job that requires that you be of the best of the people. And if you're not, you take upon this job, then you will be among the best of the people. What did Allah say? وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. That who is better, who is the best of the people? The one who he calls to Allah. He calls to Allah. He is calling the people to Allah. Calling the people to Allah doesn't require you to be a scholar, a muhaddith, a mufti, a sheikh. No, each person does according to his ability. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ, he said to his companions, بَلِّغُوا عَنِّي وَلَوْ آيَةً. That inform the people of me, teach the people, let them know about me, even if it's one ayah. So what you know, we don't speak about what we do not know, but what you know, you take from it a little and you teach the people and you inform them. Especially you live in a place that you are surrounded by disbelievers left and right. You are surrounded by kuffar left and right. You are surrounded by non-Muslims everywhere. And then you have no effort that you put to make them understand Islam, to show them Islam. You have to do your effort, O believer. You have to do your effort, O Muslim. You are the ambassadors of Islam. You are the inheritors of the prophets. You are the people who will inherit this earth. You are the ones whom are expected to be the best of the people. What did Allah say in the Quran? وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ يَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. Let there be among you a group of people. They will be upon good, these people. What do? They call people towards good and forbid them from doing evil. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Allah, He said, these are the people who will succeed. These are the people of success. Because what happens when you start calling to Allah, it is as if you are guaranteeing yourself success. It is as if you, as a person, you are calling the people, telling them, come, there's the guidance here, we are already applying it, come and follow us and apply it as well. The Prophet ﷺ, when he would instruct his companions, and you will see how much he loved Islam, he would call the people to Islam. How many times did he write letters to the kings and the emperors and the governors and the rulers of the east and the west? He would do as Sulaiman alayhi salam he did. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Min Sulaiman, awrada min Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, ila fulan ibn fulan. From Muhammad, the servant of Allah, to so and so, the leader of such and such place. He did not leave except the love and the desire to call people to Islam, to make them understand this religion, to make them know that wish that we have. We are sitting here today. Everything we have busied ourselves with is about the dunya. When it comes to the akhirah, this is the time we are late. When it comes to the akhirah, this is the time we are weak. When it comes to the akhirah, this is the time that we have no time. We cannot put much effort, and we complain about everything left, right, and center. The Prophet ﷺ would send Mu'adh ibn Jabal to Yemen. He tell him, go, you are going to a people of the book, and let the first thing you call them to be La ilaha illallah. Go and call them to Islam. He would send Ali as well. Go. After during the advent of Khaybar, what did he instruct Ali? Go with ease. Go with ease and call the people to Islam. This is the way of the Prophet. This is the way of the people who desire success. Allah, He says in the ayah, Ulaika humul muflihun, that these are the people who will be successful. Calling towards Allah, this is the way of the prophets and the messengers, as we have said previously. Allah, He said in the ayah, He told His Prophet, inform the people, tell them, Kul hadhihi sabili, that this is my way. Adu'u ila Rabbi, I call to my Lord. This is my way. Calling the people, this is my way. The justice in Islam, all of the characters and the morals, the non-believers, if they see this and they understand this and they realize this, they will be happy and excited and they will love to practice Islam. But we as Muslims, we are shy of our religion. Wallahi, we are shy of our religion. How many times we hear from the speaker, he says it. Some Muslims will be so shy of their religion. If they are among the disbelievers, you give them salam, they will try to hide their face. Or if they see you coming and they recognize you and they are scared of you giving them salam, why they with the disbelievers? They will not want to come close to you so that you don't say salam to them, so that their Islam will not show. Some of them will hide their names. If his name is Muhammad, he says, call me Mo. If his name is Ibrahim, Ibro. If his name is Ismail, all these funny nicknames. Allahu Akbar. And these are the most beloved names to Allah. It is the truth. We cannot be shy of the truth. Wallahi, this is the truth. If we were proud of our Islam, we showed the Islamic etiquette, we showed the people what Islam truly was, wallahi, they would love it and they would run to it. And there would be no one upon the earth except that he would either accept Islam and love it, or he would not accept it, but he would not have anything against it. It's not possible. To show you the character and the morals when the people they live upon Islam. An example I give you, Umar ibn Khattab anhu, during his Khalifa. During his caliphate, an event happened. There was a boy. This young boy, he had a camel that he was watching over. And then what happened? The camel went across the land of some man, and the man, he hit the camel. So the boy felt so mad because he saw his camel and the camel was bleeding or in pain. So the boy also took a stone and he hit the man, and the man, he fell down and he died. And this was the time of who? Umar ibn Khattab, and you know his justice. So the family of that old man that died, they took the boy to Umar ibn Khattab and they reported him. Umar ibn Khattab, he asked the boy, is it true you did that? He said, yes, I did it, but it was by mistake. It was by mistake. In Islam, a life for a life. This is the justice of Islam. That if the people commit these types of crimes and you judge them accordingly, you will see that people will stop. Umar ibn Khattab, he asked the family, would you not forgive him? They said, no. No, we want retribution. So he must also be killed. So Umar ibn Khattab, the boy started talking to him. Umar ibn Khattab thought this boy was trying to make an excuse. The boy told him, please, I have some wealth that is remaining for me that I want to go, and I hidden it in some place. Let me go and take it and give it to my younger brother. There is no one there for him after me. Umar ibn Khattab thought to himself, this guy is trying to escape. So they agreed that the boy will come back at the end of, either was it the second or the third day. So Umar ibn Khattab told the boy, okay, go. But we need someone to guarantee that you will come back. Who will guarantee you? So they're inside, like the courtyard. Everybody is behind watching. He asks, who will guarantee this boy? The boy has no family. Nobody stood up to guarantee him, to be his guarantor. Nobody stood up. He asked, and he asked, and he asked. The boy looks behind. Who will help me to guarantee me? Who will guarantee you? Because if you don't come back, that means that person is the one who's going to be killed. Nobody guaranteed the boy. Until they asked, and they asked, and they asked. Abu Dhar al-Ghifari, he was there. He raised his hand. He stood up. He said, I will guarantee the boy. Everybody was surprised. You will put yourself in place of someone that you don't know if he will come back, and if he doesn't come back, they will kill you. They couldn't believe it. So the boy left. First day, second day, third day, they didn't see him. And the sun was setting. The family of the man who was killed, they went to Abu Dhar. They tell him, come, let's go. Let's go. The boy is nowhere to be found. As they were going, they went into the courthouse or the courtyard, wherever the place was. They entered the place. As they entered the place, everybody is like, this is the talk of the town. You know when something big is happening in the community, the whole community is waiting to hear. As they entered, everybody is waiting to hear what is going to happen today, what is going on today, what is going to happen to this guy today. Abu Dhar is going to be killed. As they were entering, the sun was setting. They were coming towards Umar ibn Khattab. This young boy came in, running into the courtyard. Allahu Akbar Kabira. He came in, running into the courtyard. As he came in, Umar ibn Khattab himself was surprised. He said to the boy, you came back? I did not send anyone after you. I sent no one to spy on you. Why did you come back? The boy, he said, I was scared that anyone would say that a Muslim was given trust and guaranteed for, and he betrayed the trust. Allahu Akbar Kabira. Allahu Akbar Kabira. It doesn't stop there. When you show the beauty of Islam, the man that he guaranteed, Abu Dhar, Umar ibn Khattab was so surprised. He said, why do you guarantee this boy? Like everybody, nobody knows him. People are scared of putting their life for him, and you guarantee him? Listen to the quote he said. He said, I was scared. I was afraid that they say a Muslim was in need of help, and there were Muslims behind, and no Muslim helped him. Allahu Akbar Kabira. And the two men who said, no way, we have to kill him, we have to pay back, they started crying and crying and crying. Umar ibn Khattab asked them, they said, how can we be when the state of the community, the Muslims are in this state of excellence, practicing Islam and showing the people Islam? How then can we find a Muslim who wants people to forgive him and we don't forgive him? Allahu Akbar Kabir. And they said to him, you are forgiven, case closed. And everyone was crying, and everyone was happy, and everyone left. Allahu Akbar Kabir. Brothers and sisters, this is the virtue of Islam. If you show it to the people, they will love it. If they love it, they will practice it. And at the end of the day, whether they don't take it or not, at the end of the day, you have done your job of conveying the message of Islam. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. الحمد لله رب العالمين له الحمد الحسن والثناء الجميل وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له يقول الحق وهو يهدي السبيل وأشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمد بن عبد الله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه عبده ورسوله أيها المسلمون إخوة الكرام أيها المؤمنون. You are the people of Islam. You are the ones expected to be the best. If you call to Allah, it is the beauty of Islam that will show to the people. It is the beauty of Islam that will show to the people. And you will have an immense, uncountable reward. What do we want today? Money? Wealth? Allah, He guaranteed His Prophet. Noon. وَالْقَلَمِ وَمَا يَسْطُرُونَ مَا أَنْتَ بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ مَجْنُونَ وَإِنَّ لَكَ لَأَجْرًا غَيْرَ مَمْنُونَ. Allah, He swore, He guaranteed His Prophet that you will have a reward that will not be cut off. Uncountable reward. What do we seek today? All the salah that we do, all the zakah that we give, all the fasting that we do. What is it that we're looking for? Reward, reward, reward. Allah guaranteed to His Prophet, if you do this action, and anyone who follows you in this, you will have uncountable reward. Because ad-da'i ila al-khayri kafa'ilihi. As the Prophet said in the hadith, Man da'a ila huda kana lahu min al-ajr mithlu ujuri alladhina yattabi'uh. That he will have the reward of those who follow him, and his reward will not cut off. And the reward of those who follow him, their reward will not be cut off of anything. It's not like you give somebody 50 and you share it between people. No, If they receive 50 because of someone who guided them, he will also get the same amount. This is the way of the people who call to Allah. You will get the reward of those whom you call upon to Islam. The Prophet ﷺ, he said this to his companions, that Allah guide one person to Islam through you was the best, is better than the best of what they had before. That it was better for you than the red camels of the time. What do we want? Is it success? Is it success? Is it success? Allah has guaranteed success. Allah has guaranteed success to those who take upon this religion and spread it. And they take upon this religion without shyness and teach it. And they take upon this religion and they live by it. How many of the scholars that we have seen that passed, until today, they are being mentioned. Until today, they are being praised. Until today, they have left behind a legacy that will never be forgotten. After you die, you will be forgotten. And how many years do we have? How many years do we have? Allahu Akbar. How many years do we have? Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, he used to write books upon books upon books, calling Muslims and non-Muslims to Islam. Calling Muslims and non-Muslims to Islam. These are the people that we try to emulate. And they love that Islam be preserved. They love that Islam be held upon. I give you an example of Imam Bukhari to show you the jealousy of Islam. That Islam be honored, Islam be protected, the religion of Allah, the knowledge, and everything of this religion be preserved. Bukhari one time was sailing in a ship, and he had a companion. And to warn you of the companionship of the evil person, this guy was with Bukhari. He was an evil person because Bukhari had with him a bag of gold. He had with him a bag of gold, and inside this gold, the narrations mentioned it was a lot of gold. In the amount today, around $250,000. Imagine what happened to Bukhari. To show you how jealous they were of Islam, to preserve Islam. Today we are shy. Umar ibn Khattab, he said, Allah, he gave us honor because we love this religion, we practice it, we accept this, we live by Islam. Allah gave us honor. We will never have honor. If we seek honor elsewhere, Allah will disgrace us. Today that's the problem of the Muslims. We copy the West left and right. We copy the non-Muslims in their clothing, in their speech, in their action. Everything that they do, the way they walk, the way they talk, we copy the non-Muslims everywhere. This was the jealousy of the people of before us. They love that Islam be shown to the people and Islam be preserved. Look at Bukhari, what he did. This evil companion of his, he was with him. When he knew Bukhari had this bag of gold, what he did? He waited until the night time. He went and he told the captain of the ship, I have a bag of gold. It is like this and like that, and I have this amount of gold inside. I have what? This amount of gold inside. Someone stole it from me. He started crying and shouting and doing all those actions. You know when somebody pretends? A movie actor like somebody who just graduated from Hollywood. This guy came doing every kind of evil. So the captain and the people of the ship started searching everybody, waking everybody up, checking everywhere. Bukhari heard of this to show you the jealousy and the love and the preservation that they wanted for Islam. Bukhari wrote, you remember that the most authentic book that the scholars they say after the Quran is what? The book of Bukhari. Bukhari thought to himself, if they find me of this and they accuse me, because what was he doing? Authenticating hadith. If they accuse me of theft, now what's going to happen? Everybody will start to doubt my ahadith. So because of this love and this jealousy, they searched everywhere, they didn't find it. This man was ashamed and surprised. The captain and the people of the ship, everyone started coming to him, shouting at him, talking to him, criticizing him and rebuking him for making up stories. This man, after everything finished, he went back to Bukhari. He said to him, I know you have the gold. Where did you hide it? Where did you put it? Bukhari didn't pay him any attention. He kept on asking and following him. Bukhari then ended up telling him what happened. He told him, I dropped it in the sea. Allahu Akbar kabira. He told him, I dropped it in the sea. Imagine dropping $250,000, your life savings, you drop everything in the sea because of your jealousy and your love to preserve your Islam. You drop everything in the sea. Had it not been for that event, Allah who knows if we will have all the preservation that we have today. Because of their love and the jealousy and the love and the preservation that they wanted for this religion. Today we are shy to show Islam. Today we are shy to portray Islam. Forget about calling people to Islam. Calling people to Islam, this is the most noble action. Wallah, you will be upon good. You will be in good upon good. You will never see. Today what do we complain about? We complain about our families being lost. You will not find except the people who call to Islam, Allah corrects their families. Allah corrects their families. Ibn Taymiyyah, I just gave an example. He was a scholar whose father was a scholar, whose father was a scholar, whose grandmother was calling people to Islam. This is where the nickname came from. Even though there are different comments about the name. Ibn Taymiyyah, this is where the name came from. His family entirely, there were people calling to Islam. So if you have complaints that my family, I have issues, my kids, they're going wrong left and right, my wife this way, my husband this way, whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're young or old, whether you're the child or the parent, take this action. You will not find the people who call to Allah, call to Islam, except that Allah rectifies their affairs. What did we say in the beginning? وَقُولُوا قَوْلًا سَدِيدًا. If you do so, يُصْلِحْ لَكُمْ أَعْمَالَكُمْ. Be a person who is always speaking good. If you're calling to Islam, you have no choice. You have to always be speaking good. Allah, He says what? If you do so, what happens? This is what the point we just made. يُصْلِحْ لَكُمْ أَعْمَالَكُمْ. Allah will rectify all of your affairs. Imam Malik, the great Imam Malik, the Imam Malik of the Muwatta, the book that you see today. You know what happened to Imam Malik when he was young? Before he became Imam Malik, the Imam of the Maliki madhab, you know what happened to him when he was young? His parents wanted him to learn, to be a scholar. Imam Malik didn't want that. Imam Malik wanted to be what? A singer. So bad, Imam Malik used to wear the earrings. You think you started it today? No, it was there before. Imam Malik wanted to be a big man, a person of what was going on the day. He wanted to be a musician with the earrings and all that. And after some time, after the pushing of the parent, after the dua and the calling, because if you're a person calling to Allah and you are upon righteousness, Allah will rectify your family. One day, all of a sudden, he felt jealous of his brother and he turned around and he changed. Allahu Akbar Kabira. His father called him and his brother and asked them a question about Islam. His brother answered, his father told him, look at you, look at your brother. He felt so bad. After that day, he took upon knowledge and learned until he became better than his entire family. Allahu Akbar. So Islam will only bring you honor, brothers and sisters. Islam will only bring you success. Our purpose of creation, the reason we're here today is to worship Allah. And I tell you one thing, that the worship of Allah is to remember Him. A narration that the Prophet he mentioned in the hadith, a narration that will shake your heart. One day he was sitting with the companions. Because Allah, how many times we hear this? مَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُمْ مِنْ رِزْقٍ وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَن يُطْعِمُونَ. We hear these things, but it's like sometimes we're not able to apply them. Allah, He said, I did not make you except to worship me. That's it. The only thing I made you for is to worship me. And the dua and the remembrance of Allah, the dhikr, every worship is to remember Allah. What's the point of the worship? It's to remember Allah. This is why Allah ordained 50 salah in the beginning. And then He reduced it out of His mercy. All Allah wants from us is to remember Him. This da'wah will keep you in the remembrance of Allah. The Prophet was sitting with the Sahabas, he told him, Ala unabbi'ukum bi khayri a'malikum. Shall I not inform you of the best of your deeds? Wa azkaha inda malikikum. And the most purified with your Lord, the Most High. Wa khayrun laka min infaqi dhahabi wal warik. And it is better for you that you spend gold and silver in the path of Allah. All of your wealth that you spend. This is better for you. وَخَيْرُ لَكُمْ مِنْ أَنْ تَلْقَوْا عَدُوَّكُمْ فَتَضْرِبُوا أَعْنَاقَهُمْ وَيَضْرِبُوا أَعْنَاقَكُمْ. And that you meet, and the Sahabas, they used to love to fight for the sake of Allah. And that you meet your enemy, and you fight him, and you beat, and you strike their neck, and they strike your neck. They told him, Bala, Ya Rasulullah. Of course, inform us, O Messenger of Allah. He said, ذِكْرُ ta'ala. That you remember Allah 24/7. That you make remembering Allah, this is your job. So I ask you today, if you're someone who is calling to Allah, are you not remembering Allah all the time? Are you not someone who's remembering Allah? So what do we want from this dunya? A dunya that will pass in a few years. A dunya that you don't even know if you're going to make tomorrow. But the Jannah, the Akhirah, it is guaranteed for sure. Your day will come, your time will come. And this is the calling that we call you towards. That if you cannot do da'wah, you don't have to be a mufti, a scholar, as we mentioned before. Our elders here today, they wish to start a table outside. If you're a Muslim who loves Islam and you know Islam is true, and you know that this should be shown to the other people, engage with them. Take a Quran. Everyone among us, we know someone who's not a Muslim. Why don't you take a Quran and give it to them? No excuse. They will have a table here outside every week, putting Qurans there and flyers there. Every time, make it your duty. Even if you're not going to stand outside, take one Quran and give it to somebody. Wallahi, if Allah guides one person to Islam because of you, every action that they do, every salah, every fasting, every zakah, every good action, every dhikr, every good action that they do, you also get a reward. And you will die. And once you die, your reward will be cut off. And the only thing that will continue is that good that you left behind, that you guided somebody to Islam. So, all brothers in Islam, if you seek wealth, Allah has guaranteed you wealth that will not finish. If you seek success, Allah has guaranteed you success in this dunya and the akhirah. If you seek, whatever you seek, whether it's to leave a legacy, how many of them passed away? How many examples that we gave? Allah has guaranteed you will have that and even more. So let the love of Islam not only be in your heart and on your tongue, but also in your action as well. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليه. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين أعداءك أعداء الدين. وانصر إخواننا في فلسطين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في فلسطين وفي كل مكان إنك أنت ولي ذلك والقادر عليه. والسلام على من اتبع